Hello my fellow YouTubers, it is I, Tony, and welcome back to my Soul series review. Today I welcome you all to part 4. In part 3, I took a look at Soulcalibur 3 on the PlayStation 2 and gave it a 9 out of 10 because the strategy mode, Chronicles of the Sword, I didn't really like it, and because the creative character mode was not that interesting to me. But I still give it a 9 out of 10. It's a fantastic fighting game in the Soul series and a fantastic Namco fighting game and such. Those of you who are fans of Namco fighting games in the Soul series, definitely pick this game up. Don't listen to what the haters are saying. They're just bashing on the game because it's on the PlayStation 2 only and not on the Xbox or GameCube or so, and they didn't like it. And because the fighters have different moves, which is stupid to bash because you gotta change the characters up some way. Today for part 4, we're gonna go into the PlayStation 3 era, where I'm gonna be reviewing the very first Soulcalibur game released on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. And at the time when the game came out, there were slight differences between the two versions, but ever since these updates happened, there's no more differences between them. But that was that for its time. I'll be looking at the PlayStation 3 version of this game. It's the only version I own, but now that I got that away, we're gonna look at Soulcalibur IV, the PlayStation 3 version, released in summer of 2008. Now, I remember like when I got this game, I actually pre-ordered it from GameStop when I used to pre-order games. I mean, I don't really care for pre-ordering games anymore because you can easily find the games at the stores now and stuff. But back then, I pre-ordered games non-stop because I was afraid of like not finding them in time and stuff like that. But then again, that was just me. And I remember like one of the big selling points of this game was that there was going to be Star Wars characters in this game. Darth Vader on the PS3 version, Yoda on the 360 version, then you'd have Starkiller the Apprentice from the Force Unleashed on both versions. But ever since then, like there was a big update and stuff, and now you can play as all 3 Star Wars characters on both versions and stuff. And now I will admit it's an interesting idea to have these Star Wars characters in the game. I just didn't really care for them because that's the last thing I expect to see in a Soulcalibur game is play as Star Wars characters. Now, I love Star Wars, mainly the original trilogy and stuff like that, and I love The Force Unleashed. But I just didn't really like that there were Star Wars characters in this game because they really stand out, and just I would rather have seen Tekken characters or something like that, or characters from Tekken or so, like Heihachi again, or like or Kazuya or something like that. But I can't really say anything. Like those of you who like the Star Wars characters, hey, more power to you, but I just didn't really like the Star Wars characters in this game because I just felt like that they weren't needed and they were just and it was just to boost sales and stuff like that and stuff. But I get that out of the way. And you're probably wondering, what do I think of this game? Well, this game is actually kind of disappointing, and you're probably thinking, oh, you just hate it because there's Star Wars characters in the game. No, because like I said before, I love Star Wars. I may not have cared about having the Star Wars characters in the game, but I still love Star Wars. I don't like the game because it's a step backwards from Soulcalibur 3, and there are things that were taken out or just pretty much reduced and stuff like that, and just pretty much kind of affects the game for me. I'll not be getting a very bad rating. It's going to get a fair mediocre rating, but because it's nowhere near as bad as Soulcalibur 5 and stuff. But just saying. But of course, like the story, I don't need to talk about the story because it's the same song and dance as before. You know, the evil sword, this and that and stuff. So like, I really don't feel like talking about it because it's a waste of time. Because those of you who want to see the story, pick it up yourself. But now getting out of the way, let's talk about the presentation. And the presentation is actually one of Soulcalibur 4's strongest points. I mean, the graphics are pretty much fantastic and take advantage of the PS3's hardware and stuff. But that's just about to be expected because it's on a next-gen console. But I mean, like the character models look really nice. I mean, like the character models move very fluently, and like the backgrounds are very detailed. You got water moving in the background. There's like a lot of foliage moving in the background, and the backgrounds and everything look really nice, and the cutscenes look nice too. But I just wish more time and effort went into the main part of the game instead of just like the presentation and stuff. For sound, I gotta talk about sound here. Sound is actually kind of a step backwards for me. The voice acting, well, the English voice acting is really bad, even worse than it was before. Even the Japanese voice acting, while it is better, even the Japanese voice acting isn't that great compared to the Japanese voice acting in Soulcalibur 2 and 3. I mean, they have a lot of different voice actors this time, and a lot of them sound way too out of place for the characters. But if you had to pick which dialogue option to choose, definitely the Japanese. I mean, both the dialogue options aren't that great, but definitely the Japanese audio is definitely 10 times better than the English version and stuff. The music, on the other hand, is a little bit better, but that's not saying much at all. The music is just, some of the tracks feel kind of generic and stuff like that. I just didn't really care for the music that much. I mean, there was some tracks, some audio tracks in the game that were listenable, but some of them just felt pretty generic, and I just wish they weren't in the game and stuff. I mean, they could have done what Soulcalibur 3 did, like use some tracks from Soulcalibur 2, and that kind of worked, but I guess it doesn't here and stuff. But sound is a hit or miss, depending on what you are, if you care for the sound or not. For the gameplay is actually kind of disappointing for me. One of the main problems with the game is that the difficulty is totally unbalanced. Like, the story mode, like, I don't know, I'm not talking about some of the modes here. For single player, you only have 4 modes and that's it. Story, Tower of Lost Souls, arcade, character creation and stuff like that, and like training and stuff, and that's basically it. And I mean, there's not very much to say about the creative character. I mean, the creative character option is actually a little bit better. You can customize costumes for the characters, you can create your own, and they give you more options this time too, which is great. But the thing is that, like, I just didn't really care for using the creative character in this, so sue me and stuff. But like, the story mode is pretty disappointing. You only fight in 5 stages and stuff, and that's basically it. And even the endings are disappointing too, because I forgot to mention in Soulcalibur 3, you had to do button prompts to get the better ending and stuff like that. But here you don't do that, so it's kind of it's just pretty much a step backwards. And like only fighting in five stages and stuff like that, and that's basically it. It's just you'll breeze through them very quickly and such, and it's just not that worth it in the end. The arcade mode is better, like is a lot better and stuff. But even then, the difficulty is pretty unbalanced there. Like, you have characters that are overpowered, characters that are really weak and stuff. I mean, that's my main claim with the Star Wars characters. They are overpowered from the start, especially the Apprentice and Yoda, and actually they're all pretty much equally overpowered. They have lightsabers and stuff, and it'll be very hard to lose against them and stuff. I mean, just try playing them against someone who just has a regular weapon. The person with the lightsaber is going to definitely win the whole time, and that's pretty much not good at all because it's pretty much unbalanced and stuff. I mean, like that's the problem. They're pretty much overpowered and unbalanced and stuff. And even the final boss, Algol, is not even that interesting at all. So I'm just saying here. But of course, like in this game, I will be playing as 8 different characters this time. Sophia and Cassandra, Alexandra, Setsuka, Amy, who is pretty much Raphael's wife or girlfriend, Hildegard von Chrome, who is pretty much this German knight, female German knight, and of course my buddy Casual Gamer's favorite, Voldo. I know he wanted me to play as Voldo again, so here's your wish, Casual Gamer. And also I'll be playing as the central protagonist of the Soul series, Siegfried Stauffen. Now I never really played as Siegfried Stauffen before, so here we go stuff. So yeah, I'll be playing as him. Now, I will admit that, like, the moves a lot of the characters feel very similar to Soulcalibur 3, and which is fine, because I didn't have a problem with them in Soulcalibur 3. And I'm not gonna bash them either for being the same or anything like that, because, like, it's just stupid here, because, like, they wanted to try something a little different here, because if you compare to, like, Soulcalibur 1 and 2, they had similar fighting moves to Soul Blade and stuff, so I guess they wanted to try something a little bit different here, is the thing. But like, before I even get started here, I want to give another shout out to my buddy TTBurger and his girlfriend RH-Nurse45. In fact, 2 characters here. I'm going to like resemble them as 2 characters. I'm going to resemble RH-Nurse45 as Hildegard, and I'm going to resemble my buddy TTBurger as Siegfried. So 2 German knights like that will resemble them. So yeah. But, I really didn't really play online. I don't really play online much. I mean, Versus was fine, stuff like that. Versus modes were fine. And let me talk a little more about the Tower of Lost Souls here. I mean, the Tower of Lost Souls is an interesting mode, but it kind of really is just only there to get you ready for the online play. I don't like when games do that, have a mode that gets you ready for the online play. But it's one of the modes, but it's the only mode where you can unlock like the extra costumes, stuff like that. But then again, I didn't really care for playing dress up in this game, because the costumes were fine the way they are and stuff. But like I just feel like that they rushed this game because like to get it in before the summer ended and stuff. I mean, it feels like they're mainly focusing on the Star Wars characters, and that was basically it. And like I said before, I love Star Wars, but I just did not really care to have these characters in the game, because one, they're overpowered, and they're totally out of place compared to the other characters. I mean, Heihachi and stuff like that, he was kind of in place in Soulcalibur 2, because he was also done by Namco and stuff. But here, these characters are just not worth it, and like, it's just that, they just feel really out of place, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry to like piss people off or fans of Star Wars, and I mean, I respect you guys who like these characters and stuff like that, because I'm a Star Wars fan myself, and I like using them and such, but it's just, I just didn't really care for them and stuff in this game. That's pretty much all that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't mind that they tried some different here, but just compared to Soulcalibur 3, this game really kind of stands out, and just, it felt like it was kind of rushed. I mean, lack of modes and stuff. I mean, when there were a lot of modes to play. I mean, I'm glad they got rid of the Chronicles of the Sword mode and stuff, because that was like my least favorite part about the game. But it's like, then again, it just wasn't worth it. It's just pretty kind of disappointing compared to Soulcalibur 3. But it's nowhere near as bad as Soulcalibur 5, which I'll talk about next. So what's my final rating here? It's a fair game. It's a fair, mediocre game that could have been better. It didn't affect the series that badly, because you think that they have a strike and then a home run next. So I just don't know. But like, I just don't know what to say. I mean, my final rating, well, I'll be giving this game a 6.5 out of 10. It's pretty much the best rating I can give it. I know it may be a little harsh, but excuse me, if you were a fan of fighting of this series, you'd probably be disappointed too. However, nothing could be as bad as the next game we're going to be reviewing, Soulcalibur 5. And this game killed the series for me, and you'll find out why next. That's all I gotta say. Peace out, everybody, and stay tuned.